All right, everyone, welcome, welcome. This is your yin vinyasa flow. So it's going to be about 45 minutes long this morning or whenever you're watching this. And we'll bring a little extra emphasis to your shoulders and to your upper body. Just make some extra space, get some extra movement there, and some good stretching and lengthening to those muscles. So to get started, come on to all fours. Come into tabletop pose to begin. Oh, and one more thing, you want to make sure you have a strap. So if you don't have a strap, get like a tie or a belt, the longest one that you can find. From all fours, you're going to keep your hips over your knees. And then just push your hips back about an inch or two. Walk your hands forward and come into puppy pose. In puppy pose, keep your elbows off the mat. And you allow your forehead to drop to the mat or towards the mat if it's not touching. And as you hold this, slightly hug your arms towards each other. And slowly move your breath through your body. Start to deepen your breath a little bit so that you can hear it. And as you do that, gently seal your lips and breathe in and out of your nose. So likely you're starting to feel something happen in your shoulders and your upper back. And we just take about 3 or 4 more breaths here as you hold and allow that part of your body to stretch and to lengthen. Slowly lift your head up first, and then walk your hands back into your tabletop, and then come into a comfortable seat. So I'm going to turn and face you, but you can stay at the front of your mat. So any way that's comfortable, legs crossed or on your shins like I am. Then take your strap or your belt, and you're going to bring your hands pretty wide, much wider than your shoulders are. And lift your arms up overhead. Try to pull your strap apart in 2 pieces and then take your arms behind you. If you can't, slide your hand wider then. So again, inhale, lift your strap up slowly, pull it apart in 2 pieces as you lift, and then exhale, lower it down and continue pulling it apart in 2 pieces. So try to find that right distance of your hands. With your arms going up and going back, and that right distance is going to feel like a stretch. And you'll also feel like your shoulders can move. If you have to do like one shoulder and then the other, then likely your hands are too close. Breathe in, sweep your arms up, pull the strap apart, breathe out as you bring it down behind you. Nice, a couple more rounds. So likely you feel a lot of sensation in the fronts of your shoulders around your chest and your pec muscles. And that's exactly what we're looking to stretch here in this pose or in this motion. A few more times, let's see if we can get your breath going with it. So inhale your arms to go up, pull the strap apart, exhale for them to go down. Good, pull the strap apart, inhale for your arms to go up, exhale for your arms to come down. Good, 2 more. And go with your breath. And last round. Especially the first half of this class, we're going to focus a lot on breathing and movement as compared to the second half. So I want you to keep that steady breath as you put the strap down. Come back onto tabletop pose just so that you can transition to downward facing dog. And slowly walk out your downward dog. So bend one knee and press the opposite heel back and then switch to the other side. Good. And keep going back and forth at like a moderate pace, a pace where you can really feel the stretch. You don't want to be too quickly going side to side because then you'll kind of miss the stretch and you'll just be moving your joints. Keep going side to side and you'll feel that stretch. It's hard to miss in your calf muscle especially. Now inhale up onto your tiptoes of both feet at the same time. Lift your tailbone up to the ceiling and press most of your body weight to your legs. Start to descend your heels towards the floor now. They won't touch, but press them in that direction. And now in your shoulders, we're not only stretching them here, but we're strengthening them. So likely you're feeling a lot of sensation just by holding this pose. And if it's getting challenging, that's purposeful. We'll be here for a few more breaths. Hug your forearms in towards each other. Squeeze into the center. Yeah, and that'll activate your upper body a little bit more. You might even feel more sensations in your shoulders. Breathe for 3. Press your body weight to your legs for 2. And then look to your hands and slowly walk your feet forward. Try not to drag your feet. Make sure you lift them. At the front of your mat, come into a halfway lift with your chest facing the front of the room. Press your hips behind you and press your chest out in front of you. And forward fold. Release your head towards the floor and your hands towards the floor. Stretch out your hamstrings. And do that again. Halfway lift to lengthen through your spine. And the focus of this pose is length through your upper body. So press the crown of your head towards the front of your room that you're facing. And take one more breath. Inhale. And slowly forward fold. Get that good stretch in the backs of your legs. And bend your knees. Come up to standing. Inhale, breath. Lift your arms up, straighten your legs. And then hands down to chest center. Good. Let me get your breath flowing here with salutations. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Your chest towards your legs and your hands to the mat. Halfway lift with your chest forward. Forward fold. Exhale your head to the floor. Inhale, come up to standing. Lean back at the top and hands down at chest center. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, arms up. This is all about your rhythm and cadence. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, chest forward. Exhale, forward fold down. Inhale to standing. Hands to chest center, exhale. Good. Now we'll add in some other poses. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Keep your feet about 6 inches apart here. Hug your core muscles back. And even though you're holding, keep your breath flowing. Breathe for 3. Breathe for 2. Good. One more inhale, arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift to lengthen out your spine. Step just your right foot back and lower your knee to the floor. Arms come up for Anjali Asana. Point your back toes. Now hold opposite elbows with your arms overhead. And with your legs, press into the top of your back foot. Push that into the ground. As you push that down, drive your shin down and move your hips slightly forward. Now look up with your chest, not really your eyes yet, just your chest. Good. So you get a little bit of an upper back bend. Keep your arm bones behind your or out of your peripheral vision. Take one more breath together. Inhale. Good. Exhale, your hands down to the ground. Step back, plank pose. And from plank, lower all the way down to the floor and come into locust with your hands interlaced behind you. So get your legs closed first and then start to lift everything up off the floor. Arms and legs and as many ribs as you can. We're going to do a couple of these throughout the practice. This is just your first one, so take it in stride. Take one more breath, inhale. Exhale, release to the floor, hands next to your chest. Press back, downward facing dog. Take your right leg up to the sky, inhale, breath. And step your right foot to your hands. Exhale, lower your back knee. Inhale your arms up to the sky. And hold opposite elbows, maybe the other arm in front. It might feel a little different. Press into your back shin and the back foot and move your hips slightly forward. Awesome. Now lift through your chest, especially your upper back. And breathe for 3. Good. Now start to lift your eyes for 2. And release, hands down to the floor. Curl your back toes and step to the front of your mat. Halfway lift to lengthen. Forward fold to exhale. Inhale up to standing, arms overhead. And then exhale, hands to your chest center. Good. Let's go again. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Release the weight of your head to the floor. Halfway lift, lengthen your chest forward. Step your left foot all the way back. Lower your knee down. Inhale, arms up to the sky, and then hold your opposite elbows. Now with your opposite elbows, try to press your elbows to your hands. Press out. Draw your chest up as you press out with your arms. 3. That's it. 2. Lift your eyes. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Step back to plank pose. Hold on your inhale. Lower to the floor. Exhale. Bring your legs close towards each other. Interlace your hands behind your back and inhale for locust. And keep your neck long. So if your chin is really lifted and it's crunched, then lengthen the back of your neck slightly. Good. One more breath. Keep your arm bones hugging towards each other. And release to the floor, hands next to your chest. Curl your toes, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe it all the way out. Lift your left leg to the ceiling as you inhale. Step your foot between your hands. Exhale, knee down. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the ceiling and then hold on to opposite elbows. Press your elbows out into your hands and lift your chest and sternum for 3. Breathe for 2. Lift your eyes. Inhale. Exhale your hands down to the floor. Curl your back toes. Step forward. Halfway lift to lengthen. Forward fold to breathe out. Inhale all the way to standing. And then exhale, hands to Anjali Mudra at chest center. Again, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen out your back. Step your right foot back, lower your knee. Inhale your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, hold your elbows. Pull them apart. Inhale, lift your chest up for 3. Nice. For 2, go back. And then hands down to the ground. Plank pose. Press the floor away from you. Breathe in. Exhale, lower to the ground. Feel free to use your knees. Interlace your hands, locust for 3. Shorter period of time here. Inhale. Release your hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath in and release that. Let it go out. Lift your right leg to the ceiling. Breath in. Step your right foot to your hands as lightly as you can. Lower your knee. Inhale, Anjali Asana, arms up, and then hold through your elbows. Press out with your elbows, lift high through your chest, 3. Arc backward for 2. Inhale, upward. Exhale, hands to the ground, step forward to the front, halfway lift, breathe in. And fold. Come up to standing, inhale, complete that cycle, and hands down at chest center. We've got one more flow like that. Inhale, arms up, lean back. Exhale, forward, fold down. Halfway lift to lengthen out and step your left foot all the way back. Lower your knee. Here we go. Inhale, arms up overhead. Hold your elbows, lift your chest, 3. That's it for 2. Hands to the floor. You might be getting warm here. Plank pose. Inhale, breath. Exhale, lower to the ground. Locust with your hands interlaced for 3. Good. Press your arm bones up and backward. And then release to the ground, downward facing dog. Stay strong, keep the rhythm. Take your left leg up, inhale, breath. Step your foot to your hands, back knee down. Inhale, your arms up, hold your elbows. Lift through your chest, 3. That's it, you guys, for 2. And then hands down to the ground, step forward to the front of the mat, halfway to lengthen. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale all the way up to standing. And then exhale your hands at chest center. Close your eyes. Be as still as you can. 3 breaths. Nice. Go ahead and lift your arms up overhead. Breathe in. And then forward fold. Exhale your head and hands down. You go halfway lift. Lengthen out your back just like before. Then step both feet back to plank pose. This is going to be for shoulder strength here. So you're going to move your right hand just a little bit forward. Roll to your right side for a side plank. Now, if that's too much, lower your right knee, but try to push more into your back foot rather than your right knee if it's down. And bring your eyes to the side of the room. Or if you'd like to, lift your eyes to the ceiling and bring your top arm over your left ear. Good. Lengthen through your side for 4. 3. Keep your breath. Lower both hands down to the mat. And then go straight back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale here. And exhale here. Bring your right foot between your hands. Ground your back foot. And come on up to Veer, Vajrasana 2. Warrior 2. Turn your chest to the side wall. Now take your back hand behind you and try to make your fingers show to the other side of your back. Good. Your hand might be on your back, and that's fine. Take it as much around you as you can. And then you're going to reverse back and try, if you can, your hand to touch your front thigh, or at least going in that direction. All shoulders are made differently. Good. Take your right hand to the inside of your foot, to the floor, or to the block. Now try to really get your top arm to wrap behind you more for a half bind. Press into both feet, rotate your chest up to the ceiling to get a nice healthy twist of your middle back. Good. Breathe for 3. Gently seal your lips, ungrip your jaw as you breathe. Then reach your back arm up to the ceiling. Nice. Look forward and down. and go to triangle pose. Straighten your front leg. Move your hand to the outside of your foot now, or block. Nice. Take one more breath here. And then bring your hands down to the floor and step back into plank pose. Nice. One more shoulder strengthener is that you're going to lower into forearm plank. Whew, and bring your right forearm towards parallel at the front of the mat and spin to your right arm. That's it for side forearm plank. Good. Now, what you don't want to do is fall into your shoulder. So press up and out of your shoulder. If that's too much, right knee to the floor is really good support. Good. Breathe. If you want to challenge your balance, eyes to the ceiling. One more breath. Stay with it. Drop your forearms to the mat. Both of them at the same time, facing forward, and drop your knees, your thighs, and your pelvis. Good. Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx, make sure your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. And pull your arm bones back and press your chest out in front of you at the same time. It'll give you a great spaciousness in your back. And your shoulders are doing work here because you're not collapsing downward. You're pressing up and away from the floor to get that, that nice, awesome arc in your Sphinx. Breathe for 3. And release down to the ground. Bring your hands next to you. Come back downward facing dog. Nice job, you guys. From downward dog, step your right foot to your hands again. Bring your arms forward, come into standing splits, left leg up to the ceiling. Breathe for 3. For 2, spread your top toes and then forward fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale your hands to chest center. All right, we have it on the left side, and then we change our pace. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. You know what's coming. The left side gets it a little easier. Halfway lift, breathe in. Good, step it back to plank pose, both feet. Move your left hand a little bit forward, maybe just 1 more inch. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot, side plank, Vajrasana. Good support is to lower your left knee. Good challenger is to lift your eyes to the ceiling as you keep your chest to the side wall. 3. Reach your top arm over your right ear if you want. For 2, keep your legs firm. Inhale. Hands to the mat. Exhale. Nice. Downward facing dog. Press it on back. Step your left foot all the way to your hands. Veer Vajrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. Reverse your warrior back and take your top arm behind you as much as you can. It might get around your back, it might stay on your back, that's all right. Just keep the back of your hand facing you, not your palm. Nice. And then reach down with your left hand, extended side angle. Now your palm might hold on to your thigh, but still the back of your hand is touching your back. Nice. Breathe here, roll your right shoulder behind you. That's where you'll get some good opening. 3. Breathe for 2. And under your bind, reach your right arm up, inhale, and place it down to the ground when you exhale. Step back in the plank pose with strong arms. Lower your left forearm and right forearm to the mat, forearm plank. Bring your left forearm as parallel to the front of your mat as you can. Roll to your left. Reach your right arm to the ceiling. But always know that you have support with your bottom knee. Breathe for 3. Be as stable as you can. Lower both forearms down to the mat. Have your forearms, or your elbows under your shoulders, and lower your knees, your thighs, your pelvis, point your toes, and lift your chest. Sphinx pose. Pull your arm bones back towards you and press your chest through your arm bones. And breathe fully, breathe consistently. Nice, you guys. One more breath here. Press up out of your shoulders and then lower down to the ground. Good. Bring your hands next to you. Curl your toes. Press up towards plank. Use your knees. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up one more time. Inhale. Step your foot all the way to your hands and paws. And move your hands forward onto blocks or use the floor. Standing splits. Right leg draws upward. Good. Breath for 4. For 2, spread your top toes, lower your head, and then release all the way down. Okay. Bend your knees, slowly come up to standing. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hands at chest center. Good. We're going to start to change the pace and take it down to the floor. So inhale your arms overhead. Exhale and forward fold. Halfway lift to lengthen. This time just step your right foot back about halfway, lower your knee, and your left foot back with it so that you're on your shins. Lift your hands up. We're going to come into camel pose. Keep your toes curled. And camel pose is going to help open your chest, the front of your shoulders. So pull your navel up towards your ribs. Bring your hands at your low back and lift your chest up. Reach your right hand towards your right heel. Have your toes curled, or if you want to make it a little bit harder of a back bend, you can point your toes. If reaching back is too much, keep your hands to your lower back, just like when you started. The key here is to lift your chest, lift up and out of your low back so there's no crunching feeling, but you get the most out of this back bend. Lift your chest all the way up and point your toes, sit onto your shins, Vajrasana. Good. Take 3 breaths. We're going to do that one more time. Just giving your back muscles a moment to reset. Good, and lift all the way up. So with your feet, you can point your toes, that'll lift your heels towards you. Or sorry, you can point your toes, it makes it harder, or curl your toes to lift your heels towards you. A third option is to use your block. A block is kind of higher than your heels. It makes it easier to reach. Okay, camel, hands to your low back. Draw your pelvis forward, lift up through your chest, and if you want, one hand to each heel. Press your pelvis forward and breathe. If it's okay for your neck, you can let your head to drop back. 3. Lift all the way up, hug your core muscles in, sit back onto your heels. Nice. Close your eyes. 3 breaths. Really focus on your exhale. Awesome. So we're going to change gears, start to slow it down a little bit, and work on some nice, good opening. Come onto your stomach to do that. Bring your arms out like a T. Yep. And bring your right hand to your chest like you're doing chaturanga. Look to your right, so your left ear drops to the floor, and roll to your left. You might have to walk your left arm out as you roll to your left. Take your right foot up and behind you, or just have your legs be any other way that's comfortable here. There's no right or wrong. This pose incorporates both a twist and a shoulder opener. We're only going to be here for about 2 more breaths. Good. Slowly come onto your chest. And then the other side, extend your right arm out. Bring your left hand next to you like it's in a push-up. Look to the left, crawl your right arm out as you turn to the right. Yeah, and your top leg, your knees might just be touching and bent. To get a little bit more twist, you can take your left leg up and behind you with your left ball of your foot onto the floor. Good. 2 more breaths. And then come on to your stomach. Take your time. And bring your hands next to your chest. Use your knees to push up. Good. And you're going to come into a seat. So bring your right shin parallel to face the front of the room. And your left leg, you're going to bring it into double pigeon pose. So I'll turn and face you here. Right shin parallel to the front of your mat. Left ankle on top of your knee. That might be really hard to do. You might feel like you're falling backward. If that's the case, place your ankle in front of your knee. Good. And we'll be here for the next minute, so we're not going anywhere fast. And quite frankly, this doesn't have much to do with your shoulders. This is about the muscles in your outer hips. Bringing some good attention to the midsection in your lower body. So you take it 1 breath at a time. Start to fold your upper body down. It doesn't have to go far, so you can stay upright as well. And give yourself this time and silence to be here for the next half minute. Last breath. Go into the pose as much as you can. Nice. And then lift yourself all the way up. Woo! Straighten your legs out first. And then we'll go to the other side. So left shin will be parallel to the front of your mat. Bring your right leg up and over so that you're stacked. So on the one side, your ankle is over your knee. The other side, your ankle is under it. And lift and lengthen your spine and take your time to slightly hinge over your hips. And as you get into these deeper stretching poses, I invite you to move your breath more fluidly than ever. Our exhale breath in yoga carries out kind of excess old energy. So any old tension, old habits, just stuff that's not serving us. We breathe in and gather it up, and we exhale and let it go as much as you can. And let that be reflected in your body. Allow your hips to release for these next 5 breaths as much as possible. Last breath here. Nice. And draw yourself all the way up. Lean back to bring your legs out of this. Extend both of your legs straight forward on your mat. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward to your feet. It's a good time to use your strap. Otherwise, reach with your hands. And drive your thigh bones down towards the floor. And no matter where you are, have your elbows go towards the mat. They might not actually bend, depending on your pose here. But have the action of your elbows draw down to your sticky mat. Get 3 more breaths. And lift all the way up. Nice. All right, we're going to do a similar shoulder opener to what we did before. Come onto your stomach. This time you're going to make goalpost arms. So your elbows are bent. Okay. Your left elbow, I want you to look and move that a little higher than your left shoulder. Left elbow a little higher. It's still on the mat. Good. Now keep that there. Look to your right with your left ear to the floor. Bring your right hand like chaturanga, like a push-up. And then slowly, and I mean slowly, roll to your left. This is going to feel much different than what we did earlier. You might not even be able to get your top leg round. And it's much different because our arm is not straight. When your elbow is bent like this, it just changes the range of motion for your shoulder. And we're getting a deeper stretch now in the front of our chest, your pec muscles. This is not a pose to push, but rather a pose to feel. And slowly come back onto your stomach. Nice. Good. Let's go to the other side. So look to your right elbow, bring it a little higher than your right shoulder. Look to your left hand next to you, and slowly roll out to the right. You might have to walk your right arm out with you as you go over, just like you did when your arms were straight. Your top leg can go up and behind you, and that'll largely depend on your ability to twist, but it might just be better if both of your knees are bent and together. Your choice. The muscles that we're stretching now are muscles that tend to get really short. They tend to get really short because we hunch throughout the day often. And we hunch and roll our shoulders towards the front of our body. And over time, there's a pattern that builds. Your muscles learn it. So right now, we're stretching the muscles, the front of your shoulders, which will help with posture, your back health, and shoulder health, just overall confidence as well. 2 more breaths. Nice, and slowly come onto your stomach. All right, we're gonna do something a little funky here, but I'll talk you through it. Bring your arms out like a T and bring your left knee up into like a half frog pose. You're gonna bend your left knee until it's the height of your left hip, of the inner arch of your left foot to the floor. Okay, lift your head up, and you're gonna bring your right arm under your chest. So you're gonna have to kind of push it over. Right arm under your chest so that your hands are clapping together with your arms straight on your left side. Okay? And your head's looking to your left. Now lift your left arm up and overhead And keep going, going, going until your left arm gets to the floor and you're in a twist on your back. If your left arm is not touching the floor, keep rolling to your left until you get there. Your left knee is going to lift up. And you're in your supine spinal twist. We're preparing for your final rest in Shavasana. You're slowing down your body, slowing down your breath. And I invite you to slow down your mind. And you're going to come out exactly how you came in. So lift your left arm up. Bring it to your right hand, and your knee will go back onto the floor. Then you're going to use your left hand to press yourself up. Bring your right arm around. Come on your stomach, legs together. Okay, now right knee out to the right. In this kind of half frog pose. Lift your chest. Bring your right hand down so that you can bring your left arm underneath you, and both your hands will clap together to your right. Lower your head, lift your right arm up to the ceiling, and roll open into a supine twist. Bring your eyes to the right. And you soften your jaw and your eyes. You just ask yourself, where can you release? Where can you soften? In other parts of this practice, you had a challenge and push forward, practice discipline and willingness. And right now, it's all about letting go, letting be. You're going to come out exactly how you came in. Take your time. You'll come on to your stomach. And then press yourself up. Swing your legs around and come onto your back with your feet facing the front of your mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll side to side. Maybe a happy baby if you wish, holding on to both feet. Just for 3. For 2. Nice, you guys. And then release onto the ground. If you have a hair tie-in, maybe take it out. Let your feet go to the corners of your mat and allow your palms to face upward so your shoulders can relax. Together, take a conscious inhale and a really long exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Do that again. Inhale, nice and easy. And exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last time. Inhale, easy. Exhale out, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep breathing out every little bit of air. And then breathe in on your own and breathe out on your own. Allow your breath to start to move into an easy, effortless rhythm. Let the weight of your body fall to the floor. We'll take one more breath here. You slowly bring your feet to the floor. Hug your knees into your chest and reach behind your knees. Rock side to side. And then roll yourself all the way up to seated. Facing the front of your mat. And close your eyes. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, draw that into your chest center. So that one more time with your nice open shoulders. Inhale your arms out and up. Gather it all in. Pull it down to your chest center so you can take it with you. And thumbs to your forehead center. Great work today, everyone. Thank you for joining. You can open your eyes. Wonderful work. Hope you have a great rest of your day, feeling a little bit more open and free through your upper body. Thank you.